Vicoffroad has been kind enough to send us some traction boards to check out. These traction boards are from Bunker Indust, and they're recovery tracks with metal grips. They have a 25-ton load capacity, UV and aging resistance, an ergonomic design, tough and highly tensile. So let's open this up and see what we got. Obviously they come in a bag. Seems to be a pretty nice constructed bag here. That's fairly thick. Okay. First thing you're going to notice is that they got these nice steel friction plates on each end, and they're actually stainless steel, and they're pretty thick. They also come with replaceable traction knobs. In this case I got black and orange. They also come with a nice set of straps. It also comes with the tool to install these traction pegs. Something else you'll notice is that they actually have these traction pegs here on the bottom, and the way that they're set up, that as the weight of the vehicle is applied to the traction boards, these will sink into either the sand or mud or whatever you're trying to get traction in. That's actually a pretty good design there. Also, they've included a flat spot here so you can use them for a jack brace. Keep your jack from sinking into the mud or sand or whatever your whatever terrain that you might be on. Install these traction pins, and then we'll do some comparisons here. So it's nice that they included these retrieval scraps, because these things can get buried if they just spin almost like so. But they are handy, so you don't lose these things, or make it a lot easier getting them up out of the mud or the snow or whatever you're happen to be mired in. Because believe it or not, these things get buried when you take off, as you can see in the video.
Oh my goodness. Jeez, that one's in there.
Alright, and these straps are long enough so that you can get them pulled out and be able to see them. Because some straps are fairly short and they get buried along with the traction board just as easily as the traction board, so they'd be kind of useless at that point. So anyway, there we go. Now let's do some comparisons. So if you've been watching my YouTube channel, Southwest Idaho Overlanding, you've probably known that I've bought some economical traction boards here a few years back, and we have used those traction boards a few times. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. There's a comparison. So these here have these nice steel plates. These ain't gonna bend. These are pretty strong. It would take a lot to get these to bend. You can tell how thick they are. And then of course these pins here we can replace if they should break or wear down. Like on this one, you can see how these have worn down. And this one is broke. Of course these are still good and able to use them, but if these pins break off, I'll have to figure out some sort of way to repair them or replace them. Which usually would include me drilling, and you know, it's just more work. It'd be a lot easier to just take them off, put them on like these. As you can tell, the bunker are a little bit larger. It's going to give you a little bit better flotation, and of course if your rig's a heavier rig, it'll give it a little bit more support than these more economical traction boards. Okay, so now that we've compared the two, let's take these out and see if we can get stuck somewhere and see how they work. Traction boards can give you peace of mind when traveling in the backcountry in wet conditions. Especially if you're traveling by yourself. Now, a lot of people buy winches to get themselves extracted out of sticky situations, but when you're traveling in the desert like this, you don't have a whole lot to attach to pull yourself out. Traction boards, on the other hand, are always ready to go. Traction boards also will give you stability as you're crossing through muddy conditions that may push you to one side or the other, where a winch cannot do that. Alright, I've been driving out here for a couple hours trying to find a place to get stuck. Didn't think I was going to do it. Well, I managed to get myself stuck. Yep, bearing myself pretty good. So this wheel is actually almost off the ground. See some light there. So yeah, it's buried pretty good. Guess we'll see if I can get myself out. Alright, so in this case I'm going to just leave them stacked, put it up against that front wheel, and hopefully it'll grab enough traction to start pulling from the front axle. Okay, as you can tell, that didn't work, so I'm going to take one of these traction boards out from the front, and I'm going to try and get one up underneath that rear wheel there. Hopefully, I'll probably have to dig a little bit though. Alright, to be able to get the board in there enough, I'm going to have to dig out in front of that wheel. Okay, we got it dug out. I got the traction boards down there enough where I think those teeth are going to grip. But these traction boards worked. They got me out. Yes, they did. Alright, so I just moved this traction board, and I wanted to show you how that traction board pressed into this sand here to really give it some traction. Same thing here. Hopefully it turns out in the video. See how there's grid marks. So yeah, definitely has some good bite. Having those traction boards certainly made it easier getting out of that situation. So if you're on loose sand, mud, or any type of loose soil condition, then traction boards will definitely be a plus to have with you. Get over this bridge. We actually have to cross a little section there that's the wood is all broken out on. So we're just going to use these traction boards to bridge that little gap there so we can get onto the bridge.